There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino is the name. Hey, yo, what's going on right now? You're watching Casino is the name, and in this video, I wanted to talk to you guys about stocks. So, in case you haven't been paying attention, stocks are going crazy right now. It's a lot of ups and downs. I myself, I've lost quite a bit in my stock portfolio. My accounts, my stock accounts, are taking major hits right now, and it's a lot of people have been hitting me up asking me like if they should pull the money out, do something else with it, or what they should do, And honestly, the way I look at stocks, well, pretty much every investment that I do, just about every investment I do is a long-term play. So I'm not really worried about what it's doing right now. Would I be worried if I was preparing to retire or I needed this money that I have sitting in these index funds and stock accounts? If I had to use that money today, then it would be an issue. Like imagine getting ready to retire and losing 10% of the portfolio or something like that, or 15% of the portfolio that you have. That would suck. Depending on what we're talking about, but losing 10% could be having $100,000 in there and dropping down to 90,000. Or imagine having $1 million in there and then dropping down to 900,000 or lower, 800,000. Some people are losing hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some people are losing just tens of thousands. None of us want to lose any money, though. That is not why we're putting money in the stock market or why we're investing. We're investing hoping that the money grows over time. And so the money will grow over time, whether or not it be inflation or whatever it is. Yes, the market is correcting itself or whatever right now, but 5, 10, even if it takes 20, 30 years, the market will go above what you put in at some point. I mean, history has shown this, right? But right now, it's not looking good. It's not the greatest, right? But, you know, I'm not worried about it right now because I don't need the money right now. I probably will never need the money that's in there, but it's in there and I'm expecting it to grow over the next 20, 30 years. And that's what that's for, right? But a long time ago, I realized that I needed to invest differently from, say, just the stock market. Do I believe in investing in the stock market? Absolutely. Do I believe in investing in real estate? Absolutely. Do I believe in investing in your own business? Absolutely. I believe in investing in general. See, that's the thing. It's not really about the vehicle that you use, because there are some people who trade stocks. They do day trading. They're great at it, right? They do it. It's their job. That's great. And that's not my thing, right? Uh, I'm an accountant, but I'm not a day trader. So there's completely different things. And could I be a day trader? Yes. Would I want to be a day trader right now? I don't know. I'm assuming there are some people losing a lot of money, and then there are some people who are making a lot of money because they are shorting something, or they've shorted something in the past and now everything is going down, so they're making money because other people are losing money or something like that. But are there some people who have lost all of their money or bet big on something and lost their money because they're day trading or whatever, and are having to get a job maybe or start from scratch? Yeah, absolutely. That happens in almost anything. You can be in real estate big and lose big as well. Like there are people who, lost their assets during different types of depressions or I guess real estate crashes and things like that. So yes, it's a lot of stuff that's going on. But right now, the way I look at investments is like, let's say you are getting a 10% return. 10% return might be good on a stock market, like on an index fund or something. 10% return might be good, right? So that's like saying, okay, you put $1,000 in, end of the year you got like 1,100 if you get a 10% return or something like that. So when you're looking at that, I mean, of course it's compounded, but we'll just keep it simple, right? So you get an annual return of 10%. So $1,000 turn 1,100. It's not crazy money, right? But when you got 100,000 and in there and you get a 10% return, that's an extra 10,000, right? And if you got $1,000,000 in there, then that's $100,000 that you'll get. That's a 10% return. All right, so if you spend 30,000, 40,000, $50,000 a year, maybe your houses are paid off, you got $1,000,000 in your account and it's getting 5% return or a 10% return or a 20% return. If you're getting 20% return on $1,000,000, that's 200,000 a year. You can live off that money for the rest of your life. Now, if it's just extra money for you, maybe you don't have $1,000,000 or whatever. Maybe you spend $100,000 a year, and maybe your retirement account only bring uh, your your index funds or your stock options only pay you out 35,000 a year or whatever it is in profit, then maybe that just helps to pay some bills. Maybe it doesn't cover everything or whatever. But I would rather be in that position, even earning 5,000 on my money, than I would rather have that coming in than to not, right? And of course, you can still cash it out and get whatever the cash value is, but you're gonna get hit with penalties. Like as far as like taxes, it'd be crazy on something like that. But the whole point, though, is that you have something else coming in over a period of time. But 10% doesn't sound too crazy when you're looking at it as just 10%. Let me just say, when I look at it and I say, man, it's only 10%. Now, of course, if you have a lot of money in there, then yes, 10% is great, right? I'm trying to get 300% on my money or 200% or 100% on my money. I don't want just 10%. So I invest in me, right? I invest in my own ability. I invest in intellectual property. I invest in my own, I manufacture my own watches. I invest in even say being like I'm in real estate, right? So I'm into whatever I can be in legally that would bring me a higher rate of return where I can double my money, triple my money, things like that. So everybody else, they're looking at just the 10% return, the 20% return. Even 60% return is not a motivating factor for me in the short term. Long term, of course, yes. Give me 5% return over the long term, but I'll just have to put a lot of money in there. But in order to get the money to put in there, I need to go out and make a lot of money, right? So when you go to work, that is, and let's say you go to work and you make $100,000 a year. Whatever you're able to save out of that $100,000 a year, first of all, if you're able to live out of that $100,000 a year, which most people should be able to, not everybody can, but let's say you make $100,000 a year and you're able to live out of that $100,000 a year, then that is more than likely paying you more than what your, unless you had some given to you from somewhere or the company you work for gave you some crazy stock options, more than likely you can't survive off of just your stocks alone. But that job is paying you that 100,000, so you're able to survive off of that. So once you're able to build your accounts to whether or not it's going to be able to pay you more than what your job is paying you, or your retirement accounts, 401ks, or whatever kind of retirement. Maybe your job has a 20-year retirement, 30-year retirement where they give you a pension or something like that. And you can combine that with your stocks or whatever like that. Those kind of things, they may be able, then that's cool. Yeah, you can possibly walk away from your job and stuff like that. But right now, most people's greatest asset is their physical earning ability, whether or not they go to work, whether or not they have their own business, those kind of things. But for whatever reason, people don't see their business or their job as, say, an investment. It's weird, right? Of course, some people are like, well, I got a business, but they don't consider their business an investment. A lot of people don't. They think their business is their business. They think their job is just their job. But when you're looking at the return on investment, the ROI, how much money you got to put in to get out and things like that, if you have a business that you started and it costed you $20,000 to start this business, and this business is able to pay you, say, $150,000 a year, right? Then the return on investment, the ROI, is going to be much, much greater than 10%. I don't know how much the operations side of the business is and stuff like that, but your ROI is going to be based off of what you have to put out in order to earn money on. But that if you were looking at 10% and you put out 20, you say you put $20,000 in an index fund and you were expecting a 10% return and you got 10%, that's only $2,000, right? Versus putting out $20,000 in your business and making $130,000. So my main focus right now is not necessarily focusing a whole lot on the what the stock market is going to pay me. I'm really just trying to increase my income today from doing these other activities, which then when I have that extra amount of money, then I can then put that money away in a long-term play or something like that. So if you're watching the news and you're seeing all this news about the stock market ups and downs and things like that, don't panic. Don't panic. It's okay. It'll be okay over the long run. What you should be trying to focus on is increasing your income today. Increasing your income, your earning potential, whether or not that be your business, whether or not that be buying and selling something and doubling your profit, whatever that is. When you're putting money in the stock market, you're really investing in somebody else's business. That's pretty much all you're really doing. You're invested in somebody else's business, and because you're doing that, you become a part owner of that business with many, many other people, and you get to share in a slither of the profits, right? But you're not going to profit a lot. Like, they're only going to give you 2%, 3%, 5%, 10%, whatever the profit is. It's not going to be a lot. Even like as I said, like even 60% is still not the same as a 60% profit is still not the same as finding a car that's $1,500 and selling it for $3,800, or $3,000. You're doubling your money. 60% is not doubling. So that's the difference. 10% would be like buying that car for $1,500 and then selling it for $1,650, right? It's $150 profit. It's not a lot. So anyway, right now you're watching Casino Is the Name. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and we are out. Hey, yo, what's going on? Right now you're watching Casino Is the Name, and if you wanted to know how I started my trucking business, I have an ebook called Big Shot, Hot Shot Volume 1, Own Your Trucking Authority. It's a great book, 5-star reviews. The link will be in the description below. Go get that. Yeah.
Beat me up, Scotty. Beat me up, Scotty.
Me and her together, we just count it up. Money on my mind, I can't get enough. Don't play with my money, you don't want no beef. Cause I come from the bottom, I come from the street. When she first saw me, she said, who is that? When a man saw me, he called me a threat. I'm the one that really live, wanna rap. They ain't never did it, they ain't really trap. You say you want to be successful. Well, what's stopping you? Can't nothing stop you from being successful except for you. You standing in your own way. I came from the bottom. I ain't know nothing but the grind. You can't tell me nothing about that. I called the Bus and Basic Street Projects in Tallahassee, Florida. You hear me? I used to think $1 million would last me my whole life. I'd have made that and spent that. $1 million ain't enough.
There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino is the name.